The sun was a fiery furnace of gold, but finally it set in the west and the cosmos glittered like a million burning embers, briefly reminding me of poetry under starry skies in Timbuktu. I live in Timbuktu, the city that has had Islam for 1,000 years. Until one day, there's a militant occupation in my city. And Timbuktu bled like it had never bled before. They tell us how to wear our clothes, how to say our prayers, how my mother should dress, as if the laws are written by them, as if they own us. Every day they are shouting at the streets with their loud megaphones. We are the guardians of all deeds since we arrived in this territory, the jihadists said. But they never guard us. They instill fear in us. They took our land without any forewarnings, without any apologies. They took our men, our water, land and sky. Ansar Deen, I heard their name when I was hiding behind the fish stall. Everything that was once naturally here is painfully annihilated in the name of fake morality. Even if it's always been this way in Tuareg, oppressed, unequal, and unfair, this still scares me to death. No access to land, no natural resources. My father says the history of Tuaregs is a history of suffering, a history of insecurity, a history of power. And the men cloaked in robes who travel through the streets and yell through their megaphones, while wielding their guns try to reclaim their power. They claim to be our guardians, but I feel no safety with them. Before the Ansar Deen, we were poor, but we lived happily and peacefully. As we trudged our way through the desert, along with the few cows and camels that we own, to try and find a new settlement, there were moments of laughter and of joy that me, my father, my mother, and our neighbors shared together. Then, one by one, our neighbors had gone on to join the Ansar Deen at the promise of a better life. Now we are alone and we live fearfully. Every day I pray that this will all go away. Every day I pray that we will no longer be in this fragile peace. My father thought our family could be free from the Ansar Deen. He had said to me repeatedly, "Those men are not Tuaregs. Those men do not represent us. And those men will not liberate us." Until one day, our cow was struck by our neighbor Amadou and his fear, and my father, inflamed with rage, wrestled him into the water and accidentally shot him. He was detained by the jihadists, forced to live in a prison cell, while my mother and I gathered enough cattle to give to Amadou's family as a means to compensate for Amadou's death. Once we did, there was a sliver of hope that we would be together again. That hope was destroyed when Amadou's family refused to apologize, and my father was sentenced to his death. For one last time, my father thought he could flee his execution as he joined hands with my mother. But death struck them faster than their feet could run. Since then, Life has been a constant series of running away, not knowing where to run to. All I know is that the desert is vast and that the struggle is endless.